Off of turn number 4, McCarthy to the inside, blocks him to the outside lane. Sammy Anderson giving McCarthy a bit of a shove as they go to turn 1 for the first time. Inside lane advances.
3 wide. They're 3 wide off of 2. Sammy Anderson all the way to the bottom, going 3 wide for the lead. McCarthy in the middle, blocks him up top. Sammy drives it in deep, blocks the brakes up. It's Bloxham that has the lead.
It is Bloxham the leader, but Sammy Anderson muscles her way into second. 3 wide almost for the 3rd position. Here comes Midford. He'll move into 3rd. Car 76 is heading to the front.
Battle for 2nd. Here comes Ron Midford Jr. looking inside Sammy Anderson.
That's the race for 2nd. Anderson has it, trying to keep that high side momentum wound up in the outside lane as car 21, and she does, with Midford looking on in 3rd, digging on the bottom.
And Hovey is digging up top. He's got a great run off the corner on both sides of the track. Oh, he gets hooked by Midford, rides the wall, and the 76 and 16 are wrecked. Everybody stacks up behind. Dean Lambros in the 67 comes to a stop just before he hit the 16. One other car spun backwards along with Dylan Houghton and the 57 of Goff.
4 laps in, a lot has happened in those 4 circuits. Still 16 to go. Sammy Anderson with the jump in turn number 1. Bloxham clips the grass just a bit. Anderson may have a run up the backstretch.
They run bar to bar down the back straightaway. Bloxham on the inside, Anderson up top, getting a push from behind by Bennett. They're still going at it, but Bloxham has the spot.
Inside lane seems to look racy. Bloxham takes over the lead. Meanwhile, Kalajanis back in the 3rd position. Sammy Anderson still in 2nd, side by side for 3rd, on back to 6th.
And keep an eye on Nick Anglace up top behind Peter Bennett. The outside line gets held up though. Sammy Anderson drifted up the track. Here comes Kalogiannis going for 2nd.
Stephen Kalogiannis, car number 42 to the bottom, and into the runner-up spot has Sammy Anderson to his right elbow as that allows Bloxham to break away.
Matthews has joined the pack. He made a bold 3 wide move to get by Charland and Brewer. He's trying to break into the top 5. Kalogiannis still trying to grab 2nd away from Anderson.
Coming to the front, Nick Anglace in that Yukon number 10 all over the back bumper of Amanda West for 3rd.
He's got a good run coming off of 2. We'll see if he makes a look to the bottom. He does. He's going to go for the bottom shot. Drives it in very deep. Anglace takes 3rd.
It is Chris Matthews who's right there with him as they come back to the stripe. Single file, 6 cars run nose to tail. Leader of the pack still remains Bloxham, but the battle for 3rd is definitely there.
It's going to be a battle for 2nd, Ben, because here comes Anglace one more time, right on the back bumper of Kalogiannis. Look at that bottom shot. What a move by Anglace. He's in 2nd.
Just jams that car into the bottom in turn 3, carries so much more speed than everybody else into these corners. He sets it up in 1, goes wide and carries that speed up the backstretch.
Amazing drive by the 10. He's going to try it again for the 3rd straight lap. Anglace to the inside. Anglace to the lead.
There's no question about it. Anglace has a rocket, and he is driving a whole different pattern of this racetrack.
Gap has stayed consistent at 2 car lengths. It's all Anglace. A great drive looking for the checkered flag.
Goff is spun off of turn number 4 as Nick Anglace comes off the corner, and the caution flag is out.
So the caution flag comes out, and that could change the entire complexion of this event. Here's the green. Good start. Nick Anglace. Kalajanis tries to move down underneath the Bloxham machine. Bloxham digs in hard in the outside lane. 4 cars, 6 cars contending for position 2.
Battle for the lead. Bloxham gets there. Is it enough on Anglace for the top spot? White flag. 1 lap to go for Nick Anglace, Robert Bloxham, and Chris Matthews.
There's no question about it as they come off turn 2.
Up the back straightaway, final time into turn number 3. Amanda West, the only car out of line, trying to move into the top 5 as the leader off of turn 4. Nick Anglace receives the checkered flags and claims the win here tonight in the SK Light Modified feature event. Full house of the SK Modified. They'll try it again here off turn 4.
Here they come off turn number 4. Mike Helberg looks them over. Green flag is out, much better that time. Flannery leads the charge to the bottom of turn number 1. off the turn. Here comes David DeRoot. He's working his magic in the outside lane.
The entire field 2 by 2 as they go into 3. A couple of Chassis Pro cars battling for the top spot. Arut staying strong up top.
Arut to the outside lane. Flannery to the bottom. It got close off of turn number 4. Flannery to the race lead. Here comes Jarvis to the inside for second.
3 Chassis Pro cars in the front 4. Jarvis, the only one that's not a Chassis Pro car, trying to take that second spot away from Arut. Now dives inside of Flannery, trying to take the lead, and he does it.
No question about it. Jarvis has got a good race car tonight. He moves in, takes over the lead. Here comes Todd Owen. Right there to the inside of Flannery. Todd Owen, the car that's orange and glows, takes over second.
2 by 2 from second on back. Owen on the inside, not quite clear of Flannery, but he's got a push from behind by Troy Talman. Owen takes position number 2.
Troy Talman to the bottom. Car number 3 on Flannery for the third spot. It is again tight off the corner, just in front of Keith Rocco, running in 4th in the 22.
Now we got a battle for the lead. Todd Owen looking low inside of Michael Jarvis Jr. trying to grab the top spot away.
Todd Owen just musters enough giddy up going in, comes off the turn. We've got a second leader of the event. It is Todd Owen, the star of this one. All of a sudden, side by side, bid for second. Here comes Talman.
3 versus 33 off of turn 2. Jarvis gets a great run, but he can't get in line. Talman sticks the nose in there, trying to take the top spot, possibly from Owen.
Todd Owen back to the stripe as the race leader, but only by a car length behind him. A torrid battle for position. Troy Talman in the 3 to the inside of the 33 at Jarvis.
It's an angry herd of cars coming down the back straightaway. Jarvis trying to sneak to the bottom. He gets in line. Now he wants the lead back from Owen. They bang bars through 3.
They go up wide in the racetrack. Brand new leader emerges. It is Jarvis. Talman is right there. Here comes Rocco. Owen isn't about to give up in the outside lane.
Sensational racing early on in the SK modified feature. Jarvis with the lead back. Talman not quite clear of Owen, but here comes Keith Rocco trying to take third from Owen.
Coming around a complete lap, number 7. Couple of former champs there, bar to bar for the third spot. Rocco and Owen. It's going to be Rocco by a half a car length for that position on the former race leader.
He's been up there pretty much since the start of the race. Battle for the lead. Here comes Talman with the bottom shot on Jarvis for the top spot.
Talman, fastest lap of the feature event last time by, carries that speed to the race lead a lap later. New race leader, it is Troy Talman at the point, back in 2.
Talman still has Jarvis all over his back bumper coming off the corner. Does Jarvis make a move? No, because here comes Rocco looking to the bottom. He thinks about it. Now he moves to the inside of Jarvis.
Here comes Rocco on the inside. They come off turn number 4, almost side by side. 2 house cars working in contention for the same airspace down in 2.
Jarvis gave Rocco a lot of respect in 3 and 4 as they race side by side off of 2 with Todd Owen lurking. It's the 22 versus the 33 for position 2.
Keith Rocco goes to the second spot off of turn 4. Jarvis into third, just in front of Todd Owen. And then a great race for position number 4 with Arut and Flannery. And tightening up, what was 3/10 is now about 3 feet between the top 2. Troy Talman, Keith Rocco, who just set the fastest lap of the event.
And they're checking out from the rest of the field. It's over a second back to Jarvis, and then the group of 3 of Todd Owen, David Arut, and John Pulio. Corey DiMatteo, last week's winner, is off the pace on the backstretch.
Heartbreaking situation. DiMatteo's bad luck continues after a victory 1 week ago. Meanwhile, right side of your screen, DiMatteo is pulling down pit road, back up front. Here's a bid for the lead. It is still car number 3 setting the pace, but Rocco is glued to his back bumper. He's applying the pressure now.
Now Pulio looks to go after Todd Owen, but the caution is out. Prucker has spun in turn 2.
Wesley Prucker has spun under the Napa Auto Care billboard over in turn number 2, and that'll put us under the caution now with 12 laps to go. And it was just about to get good there at the front of the field, Ben. Troy Talman had a comfortable lead. Keith Rocco reeled him in. And I think it was only a matter of time before Rocco was going to make a move. Michael Jarvis was a distant third, about 2 seconds back in that position at the time of caution. 12 laps to settle it here for the SK Modifieds. Troy Talman has led the majority of them, but now has Keith Rocco, one of the best in the business, to his right elbow for the restart coming here as the pace car heads to the pit lane.
Here they come off turn number 4, looking for the snap of the wrist from the starter stand. Green, and we are racing down to the bottom of turn 1. It is Talman. by inches as he works his magic in 2.
Rocco timed this restart perfectly, but Talman does a great job on the bottom to grab the lead back. Rocco will get in line in the second spot while Jarvis and Owen battle for third.
Michael Jarvis Jr. to the inside, Todd Owen to the outside, third and fourth behind the top two that have singled out. Troy Talman looking to break away just a bit and does so from Keith Rocco in second.
Then there's another great side-by-side battle. Marcello Raffano, the cream is rising to the top. He's moved into the top 5. JP, Jonathan Julio is there. They come off the turn. Bid is for third. 4 cars make it 5 contending there.
Just outside the top 5, Flynn is making progress. Jarvis washes up. Now here comes Flynn below the 33.
A lot of these drivers have started outside of the top 10, including Flynn started 13th. You also had Mike Christopher Jr. started 14th. Julio started 11th. They're beginning to come to the front.
It's still a car length up front between Talman and Rocco as Raffano now works his way by Jarvis. Jarvis cannot stick that car in the bottom. Now here comes Owen.
Once it appeared that Marcello Raffano had an opening, he made the move. Todd Owen continued to follow him through. Meanwhile, here comes Flannery. He'll work his magic there as well.
Rocco is right on the back bumper of Talman. He almost hit him. If it wasn't a contact, it was really close. But Rocco has reeled into 3 with JP slowly closing in.
Rocco, a 2-time winner this season, races 2 and 3 on the season. Jonathan Julio in third, won on opening day. They race up the backstretch now behind Troy Talman, who is looking for his first win of the season in that number 3 car.
Rocco drives it in deep again into 1, but Talman steps on it coming off of 2. It's now a car length. Rocco's almost there. He looks low going into 3, but he's too far back.
Troy Talman will guard the inside of the racetrack off of turn number 4. Here he comes off of the corner, checkered flags. Troy Talman picks up the win, his first of the season here in the SK Modifieds in car number 3.
Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, all eyes on turn number 4, the starter. Our complimentary starter for the event addresses the field. We are racing Lincoln Tech style here at Stafford.
Green flag is up as Woody Pitcat brings the field into turn number 1 for the first of 80 laps here in the Lincoln Tech Open 80. It's Pitcat up the backstretch.
But Williams has a head of steam coming off of 2, pulls even with the 8 of Pitcat, but going into 3, it's Woody Pitcat that has the lead.
Meanwhile, already moving in to challenge, here comes Chapman. Inside of the racetrack, he'll make the move to get to the front.
Tyler Chapman, the 06, not many experiences in the Open Modified, but off to a good start, trying to take that runner-up spot away from Ronnie Williams. Mike Christopher Jr. is right behind them, watching those two race it out for that second spot.
Chapman inside Ronnie Williams for the runner-up spot, a car length behind the race leader, Woody Pitcat, who bobbled just a bit off the corner, really allowed Chapman to get a run on him and challenge for the lead.
He decides to stay in line. Now Williams dives it in for second spot.
Ronnie Williams with a run up the back straightaway will jam that 50 to the inside of the racetrack and take the second spot away from Tyler Chapman. Fastest lap of the race. No surprise, Ronnie Williams, who challenges for the lead.
He took a look low for a second in turn 2, had to check up a bit, and he's got a back bumper full of Tyler Chapman. Williams is going to go for it, trying to take the lead from Woody Pitcat.
Lead change, lap number 5 as they cross the stripe, almost 3 wide. It is Williams by a chrome horn at the front of the field.
Still bar to bar through 1 and 2. Dead even coming off the corner. Williams on the inside, Pitcat on the outside. These two have had a lot of battles, and they're still going at it early on tonight.
Battles in the past and battles here this evening. Early on in this race, working lap number 6 moved Ronnie Williams to the front of the field by a half a car length over Woody Pitcat, just in front of Tyler Chapman.
Chapman on the inside, Pitcat still holding stubborn up top. Behind them, Max Zackham took 4th spot away from Christopher. Now he closes in on the top 3.
Here comes the young and talented Tyler Chapman. Works his magic down underneath Wood Pitcat. Here comes the number 20. Also, Max Zackham. Remember, he won the 5K SK. He is looking racy tonight as well. Side by side for second.
Chapman does not have to drive off on the inside of Pitcat. That's how the 8 is able to hold on up top. They're not pulling away, though. Williams is still a car length ahead of him.
He's running very strong at the front pack of cars. Let's go back up front, bid for third.
Yeah, Max Zackham took a look inside of Tyler Chapman in turn 3. Didn't work. Tried it again in turn 2. Didn't work. They almost made contact. Chapman holds on for now.
Good outside momentum for Tyler Chapman. Hangs on to 3rd. Max Zackham in 4th. And what was 4 cars toward the front, soon to be 5. Here comes Michael Christopher Jr.
Christopher was about a second behind that battle for the 3rd spot. Now he's closing in as Chapman gets loose off of turn 2. That 06 doesn't have to drive off. Zackham drives it in deep. He's going to grab the position.
He certainly does. Zackham does it. So comes Christopher, car number 00, moves in. That bumps the Chapman machine back to position number 5.
Pitcat hangs on to the runner-up spot, finding pressure from Max Zackham. Mike Christopher Jr. soon to join them. 0.7 of a second between the top two.
Again, Zackham takes a look to the bottom. This is the furthest he's been alongside Pitcat. Now he has established position. He's got the preferred lane. He's got the second spot. Puts Zackham in the runner-up position.
Max Zackham is here to stay, and he has now moved into second, bouncing Woody Pitcat back to the third position.
The race leaders and the lead lap traffic to his outside, and the battle is on again in turn number 2. Here comes Perry.
Perry's using, trouble in turn 2. It's Buddy Charette that goes around behind him, drifts up towards the wall, and comes to a stop just shy of the safer barrier.
First caution of the event comes out on lap number 46 of 80. The reason for the caution is Buddy Charette's car went spinning. He was running 17th, about to be lapped. He spins underneath the Casella billboard, coming off turn number 2. Did not make heavy contact with the safer barrier there.
35 laps to go here in this one. Eric Goodale, John McKennedy, fresh faces up front. How long will they stay there? How long can they stay there? With Williams and Pitcat right there in row 2 as they go to the corner.
Goodale leads the way as they make their way off of 2, but McKennedy is staying strong up top. He's got a great run off the corner. They're 3 wide mid-pack. McKennedy has the lead. Everybody else 2 wide.
John McKennedy was playing possum in the first half of the race. Now that possum has been poked, and he is gone at the front of the class.
The entire outside line checked up, starting with Woody Pitcat, causing the 8 to lose a couple spots. Williams motors around Goodale. That 50 car trying to take the top spot back. He starts to close in on McKennedy.
John McKennedy, though, shown as the race leader, but look at the speed that second place car of Ronnie Williams has. Closes to within 1 car length of retaking the top spot.
Williams just about a car length back, but for how long? Because coming off of 2, McKennedy actually gets great drive off. It is tight from back about 6 spots. Teddy Hodgson trying to pass Keith Rocco and Pastriak.
They are 3 wide, mid-pack of cars coming off the turn. Hold on, get ready, because at the stripe, Pastriak had it by inches over Rocco in the bid for the 6th position.
It is a snarling pack by there, 2 by 2 by 2. Rocco gets a little bit loose coming off the corner. Pastriak gets by. Now here comes Salva on the outside.
Battle for the lead off of turn number 4. Williams had the run to the inside of John McKennedy for the top spot. They are nose to nose for the race lead.
Williams has the top spot back. He slides up in front of McKennedy and holds serve in the lead.
Now the bottom of turn number 1. Hodgson tries to get a nice run. Pitcat has a problem off 2.
Pitcat's car has not been the same since that pit stop. He's been falling off ever since about halfway through the first run. He protects the bottom as Hodgson tries to go high-low on the 8.
Pitcat in the 5th spot. Then it's the 55 just behind him. Teddy Hodgson running in 6. Had a look to the inside off of turn 4. Couldn't make it work. We'll try it again on turn 2.
Hodgson is all over the back bumper of Pitcat. He gets a little bit loose coming off of 2, but stays with the 8. But it's so hard to pass the Sultan of Stafford. Pitcat holds on for now.
He certainly does. A little peekaboo off turn number 4. He's still in line, pulls down bottom of turn 1, can't do it. Woody Pitcat starts to stretch it out. Here comes the stutter step. Here comes Teddy Hodgson.
Pitcat slid up the track. Hodgson kept his car on the bottom, and now he's got position. He's going to go for the bottom shot. Teddy Hodgson trying to take the pit spot.
He's going to do just that. Off of turn number 4, Teddy Hodgson steps to the inside of the racetrack, takes the 5th spot away from Woody Pitcat, who's not going down without a fight.
Tyler Chapman, though, has closed in on Pitcat and Hodgson as they continue the battle, but Hodgson has 5th position. Behind them, Jacob Perry just took 8th away from Chris Pastriak.
Meanwhile, look a little further forward. It appears that Michael Christopher is still trying to hold off Goodale, but there's no question about it. 2 cars are dominant at the front of the field. 67 laps and counting of 80 in this Lincoln Tech event.
Getting down to it here, just 12 to run when they hit the start-finish line here, and the battle for the lead tightening up just a bit perhaps between Ronnie Williams and John McKennedy.
The gap has been at about 3 car lengths. McKennedy sometimes closes in, sometimes Williams extends it. It's getting tight back in the 6th spot, though. Tyler Chapman in the 06 caught up to Woody Pitcat.
Well, there's less than 12 circuits remaining in this event. If John McKennedy is saving anything, he's got to give it now. They work their magic off turn number 2, down the back straightaway.
Max Zackham just took the 9th spot away from Chris Pastriak, who continues to falter in the back of the top 10. Tyler Chapman again reels in the 8 of Pitcat, but got loose off of turn 2, subsiding his run.
Back down to the line they come, and he will have to tuck back in the line, but only for a moment. That battle continues off the corner. Pitcat has his hands full right now over Tyler Chapman. That is 6th and 7th.
Chapman just closes in so much in the center of the corner, and he stays close with Pitcat coming off. They're both on the edge of control. Chapman drives it in deep, looks to the inside of Pitcat.
Here comes Chapman off turn number 4. Rim rides to the inside. Woody Pitcat strings it out just a bit. Turn 2, that's his Achilles heel as they head back towards 3.
Got a driver a lot of open modified experience versus a driver who has very little, but Tyler Chapman is staying with Pitcat back to the inside of the 8.
Chapman confident in the pits when we talked to him earlier today, looking to move to the inside and will on Woody Pitcat for the 6th spot. Pitcat backsliding to 7th. That battle well behind the race leaders as we have entered the final 10 laps of this event. A white flag, 1 lap to go. Ronnie Williams, 0.6 of a second over John McKennedy in turn 2 for the final time.
He has been steady from the green flag, pacing himself from start to finish, and he's 2 turns away from victory lane.
He comes off turn number 4. Ronnie Williams, the Adams Cavora race car, and the Empower group. It will take down the victory. John McKennedy used his strategy to finish in 2nd. Michael Christopher, a factor in 3. And just off the podium, Eric Goodale to finish in the 4th spot.